Hello everybody and welcome back to another very exciting episode of the Save Slot 3 Gamescast. I am your host here with joined by Massive Das
Everyone.
and Xbox Live's CW Lanky.
Hi Dave.
Boys, another week or so has passed. We've had bloody showcases, we've had a sort of direct. Pengi spent money that he's going to tell us about in 4 weeks. It is a great time to video games. So
Actually, I've got the date. I've had this come between the August 11th and August 13th.
huge.
That's the August 12th, man.
What an awesome episode that is going to be. Unveiling Pengi's madness. Craig's got a big one of those, like, you know, the calculators you give like 4-year-olds that have just got really big buttons. Craig's got one of those ready.
Does it make numbers when I press the button? Make noises?
Does it make numbers? Yes, Craig. That's how calculators work.
There's a calculator app for my practice.
Oh, even better. You can crank it up. But before we get to that, we have got to get to my favourite area of the world, one of the best news stations that, much like GB News, which is now more viewed than BBC, this is more viewed than GB News. It is, of course, the Chris Pengelly News Desk. Time for some news.
We've got 7 items of news.
El Becos Dozon.
Number 1, Sony have announced 2 more China Hero Project games. This is part of Phase 4. They had a little conference as well because China Joy is just started. They've got silly names, like one's Woo something as well, and they both look... What do they both look like, Craig?
Sad, depressing Souls-like games.
That is exactly what they do look like, these 2 games and stuff like that. I'm thinking about it, I don't know how many of like the China Hero Project games actually have come out, because like Stellar Blade is actually Korean's not part of that. That's I think the one most people would think of, and same with Black Myth Wukong, but that was never actually part of the China Hero Project. So I'm not actually sure which ones have and have not come out, but yeah, it's still a thing. And obviously Lost Souls Side is pretty soon, which I guess is the big one, isn't it, of this thing that coming out of China. Dave, you have any interested in Souls type looking games coming out of China?
No, Pengi. But I didn't just insult and enjoy a culture by saying weird sounding games like Woo. So at least I didn't say that on a podcast. But no interest from me, Pengi.
Yeah, it's just like, we got like Black Myth Wukong, and it's like, oh, it's like there must be other titles.
I mean, we don't speak Chinese, although maybe you should start learning for this.
Yeah, maybe it's it's like the something for everything. I don't know.
There we go.
We go with that. But what you might be excited for, Dave, is Virtual Fighter Revo World Stage is launching on PS5, Xbox Series, and PC via the Steam on October 30th. It will cost you $20. A Switch 2 version is coming later. But if you already own it on PS4, that's the Virtual Fighter 5 Ultimate Showdown, you can upgrade for $10. And on Steam, it is a free upgrade because Virtual Fighter 5 Revo is currently already out, but not this new World Stage mode thing, which is actually going to add a new mode called World Stage, which is a global tournament against CPUs based on real world players. So I guess if you're going to have a character that's going to fight like whoever's the world champion in Virtual Fighter 5. So, David, you excited for Virtual Fighter 5 coming October 30th? I think you're going to wait for the Switch 2 version.
So it's worth picking up purely for the amazing intro song by the guy that does the Daytona USA song. And I would sing it, but it will get stuck in my head for the rest of the night, so I won't. Obviously, it's RGG as well. So yeah, it's difficult because I played the PS4 one when they announced this a couple of months ago, and it's still really fun. It's just difficult because it is a pure ass fighting game. Like if you're not playing it online or like every day, it probably isn't worth it at the moment. Like it is a proper fighting game. I mean, $20 is a really good price. So I'm not sure. I probably
if you do own it on PS4.
Yeah, it's whether that counts because I don't know if they've announced or if we know yet if it counts because I have it via Plus.
Yeah, and it's always a bit weird with that. Sometimes they work, sometimes they don't.
Yeah, so I'd have to wait on that. Obviously, in terms of controller, PS5's D-pad is the best D-pad. So If I were to play it, that probably would be there. But again, I probably won't, because I think I've probably done everything I want to do in Virtual Fighter until 6 comes out, which looks quite promising, because obviously RGG are gods.
There is a 30th anniversary edition, Craig, that might interest you because it got a Yakuza series pack. But this is a $50 version, and you don't like fighting games. But it has Yakuza in it, so there's that for you, Craig.
No, I'm good there, Pengi.
Also, based on last week's news, you can play it with your Flex Strike, Dave.
What a great... I still can't believe that's the actual name that they went for. Even Flex Stick would have been better, but no, Flex Strike. Or Stick Strike, or Strike Stick. Or PlayStation Arcade Controller. I mean, we could have done that, could we, Pengi?
Mm-hmm.
Fighting Sense?
We could not.
I don't know.
Yeah.
Flex Sense?
Flex Sense. Anyway, are you going to get it, Pengi?
A Virtual Fighter?
Yeah.
Or the Flex Strike?
Well, you're going to buy... You're going to get the Flex Strike, we know you are, but what about Virtual Fighter?
I might get it, because if I can upgrade as well for a tenner, and there's new single-player content, it sounds a little bit arcade mode-y, but if that's kind of robust...
New trophies, I suspect. That's probably the
new trophies is a new version, and obviously it's got crossplay between all the versions, so it should be people, if they're picking it up on their Switch 2, I can play with and stuff as well. So
absolutely.
Yeah. Number 3, Horizon series has sold over 38 million copies. Obviously, there's a few games actually in the series, but yeah, 38 million for the Horizon series from PlayStation. We found this out because the Tencent lawsuit stuff, and obviously they mentioned sales. They mentioned sales because they were like the quote, and there's lots of images, and they got the images of the Tencent game next to the Horizon. They look exactly the same, like Aloy standing on a cliff, random girl standing on a cliff that looks like exactly the same. It's like robot dinosaur that looks the same, dinosaur thing, and it's like we got this sales because like Tencent would be aware of the Horizon series that has sold over 38 million. That is how they got it. And interesting as well, Tencent apparently approached Sony over a year ago about making an Horizon game set in Asia, and obviously Sony must have said no, and they've just gone and made it anyway. Cray.
There you go. Fuck you guys. We're already doing it.
Yeah,
fair play done.
Yeah, but obviously, you think Sony will win, especially when you see all the images next to each other. It's like, yeah, it's pretty much blatant copy and paste. Dave, any thoughts on it?
I mean, first of all, good for the sales. That's cool. I think we all really like the first game, and I don't know. You finish? Did Craig ever play the second?
No, I think he was waiting for it to come to Plus, or he didn't have a PlayStation 5 at the time or something. I can't remember. Something like that, wasn't it?
Yeah,
it was on my backlog list last year, but I never got to it.
Yeah, fair.
Mm.
And obviously the Lego game you didn't like, didn't you, Pengi? But I think most people didn't like
I
it.
got the platinum. I got the platinum on that.
Yeah, but that's
it's just
getting the platinum doesn't necessarily mean you like a game, Pengi. There's there's a few bit of history of that, but yeah, it's cool that it's done well and seems to be one of their big franchises now. And as for the lawsuit, yeah, well, I'm pretty sure we said when we saw it that it was definitely going to be a lawsuit, didn't we? So I think we were right.
Yes. Next news, actually, I'm going to change this the other way. So, Nintendo, their financials thing. So we now know, as of June 30th, the Switch 2 has sold 5.82 million systems. So that is, I think it's 24 days or something. 5.28 million, and obviously the date is until June 30th. Obviously, we are now in August, so there's an extra month you can add on top of that as well, but pretty decent numbers there, Dave. 5.82 million, half of Wii U already.
Yeah, it seems to be some trucking along, doesn't it? So I think we talked about it when we were playing the other night. I think pretty safe to get to 10 million this year and then go from there. But yeah, I mean it's funny because I think it is probably the least inspiring piece of hardware they've ever made in terms of the difference between the previous one, but it is significantly better than the Switch 1 in almost every way, and the Switch 1 was a very successful old console, so I'm not surprised. Mario Kart World's great, Donkey Kong's great, and the game, we got Pokemon this year, all the games that will make the console sell well are going to start coming now, aren't they? So yeah, cool, it's exciting. because obviously we're in on that platform now, so I think it's just going to continue to grow.
And then Craigie, Mario Kart World has sold 5.63 million copies, so almost 1-to-1 with the actual Switch 2 console there, Craig, for that one. But the interesting note to add on there, we have total Switch 2 software sales at 8.67 million. So then if you take away Mario Kart with its 5.63 million, it means everything else has sold 3.04 million games on the Switch 2, which I don't know if it's a good number or not, Craig, because obviously there is like 20, 30 games on the Switch 2, but still in a month to sell 3 million of stuff. But like, how many of these is World Tour, like £8 that, Nintendo fans would have, bought?
I was waiting for Pengels to tell me what his odds were at sacrifice them for a second.
Yeah, it did sound like I was thinking Steiner Bass. You take your 8.6.
Something else.
You take your 8.67 million.
Yeah, I mean, people would have just bought the bundle for Mario Kart, wouldn't they? You would have been raving mad not to, essentially. And yeah, I mean, the sales of the console was spectacular. I'm just looking on Amazon now. You can still go on there now and buy them. So the fact they're keeping up so well with manufacturing on this is another big success, isn't it? Because we saw during the Xbox and PlayStation launches that was definitely not the case. I know that was during COVID and all that, but the fact that I can go on here, I can get another one tomorrow if I want it, boys.
Do it.
That is very impressive. And I mean, they've already got the Pokemon Legends bundle ready to be pre-ordered as well, which you'd think that is going to be another massive boost for people.
Yeah, because we know people in work that will get that.
Pokemon people in just in work, let alone anything else, who they don't give a shit about Nintendo, but they love Pokemon, and they will see Pokemon running on their hardware and then see Pokemon running on the 2 and go,
and they'll know that all men aren't created equal. Craig, you almost went into a Steiner yourself there.
Yeah. So that brings me to the next news thing, as what I did think, because obviously from the financial, Nintendo put their games lineup of what is coming and when it's coming. For the Switch one, we do the Switch one first. They got Pokemon Legends ZA coming on the 16th of October. They get Metroid Prime 4, which is just 2025. Tomodachi Life Living the Dream 2026. Rhythm Heaven Groove 2026. And Pokemon Champions 2026 there. Dave, any of these Switch 1 games that aren't Switch 2 games that you're interested in? So that's Tomodachi, Rhythm Heaven, and Pokemon Champions.
I mean, I think Pokemon Champions will get a Switch 2 client. But Pokemon Champions, we talked before. Pokemon Champions, if there's any way that they monetize it, it will print money, but it will be the most played game on the console, regardless. And I really want Rhythm Heaven. Yeah, I really want Rhythm Heaven. I hope they do make a Switch 2 version of it, but I don't think it's a game that will really need it. But yeah, Rhythm Heaven is definitely the Switch 1 game that I've got my eye on, Pengi.
Craig, any of those 3 Switch 1 games? Do you want to play some Tomodachi Life?
Yeah, I was just about to say Tomodachi Life has got to be the one for me, right?
Jesus.
Oh, yeah.
It's got to be.
Yeah.
It's got to be.
I would pay money for a live stream of you playing Tomodachi Life, Craig.
We're that's going to be first take on Fantasy Critic next year, right?
Oh yeah. Yeah.
You joke, but the Nintendo sites are going to give that like a 10, and you're just going to be like,
yeah, I don't know how well the last one reviewed.
Yeah.
And then on Switch 2, we've got Dragon Drive coming the 14th of August, so very soon. And then we've got Kirby and the Forgotten Land Nintendo Switch 2 edition, plus Star Across the World coming 28th of August 2025. Pokemon Legends ZA again, Nintendo Switch edition, 16th of October. Hyrule Warrior Age Improvement, which is now listed as this winter. And this winter would be December, January, February. So is Hyrule Warriors possibly a 2026 game, Craig?
Yeah, well, I mean, we can get to that even more a bit later, can't we? But yeah, maybe, Pengi.
Then you've also got Metro Prime 4 Beyond, Nintendo Switch 2 edition, Kirby Air Riders 2025, and then Splatoon Raiders to be decided. Dave, Switch 2, I'm guessing pretty much everything you would look at, apart from maybe Dragon Drive and the Kirby Forgotten Land?
Yeah, I think it's a pretty good line. I mean, Kirby for me is one. Obviously, I haven't played. Well, I've played, but I've not played much of Kirby. So that's one. If I ever saw it cheap or I had a gap in the old backlog to buy it, I think I would pick up. It's not going to happen, as if you've seen my video, you know I'll never have. I won't have a fucking gap for 20 years. But there we go. Yeah, Dragon Drive obviously we'll try the beta and we'll see. That will require other people to play. Yeah, there's a lot, isn't there? I mean, for me, the one I'm like most looking forward to, weirdly, would be Splatoon Raiders, because I really want to know what that game is, because I think a side game in the Splatoon universe sounds great. So I hope that does come this year, and I hope that is a cool ass game.
Okay. Well, what does it there for you from the Nintendo lineup?
I think there's quite a bit. I think what we desperately need, boys, is a Nintendo Direct where it's like first party, isn't it? So we can really actually see these games and get some dates and that sort of thing. Because Kirby Air Riders, like we've only really seen like a splash screen, essentially, haven't we? We haven't really seen anything beyond that. The Splatoon Raiders trailer didn't really give anything away at all. So yeah, we could really do with because me and Dave were talking before the podcast. You know, this year is flying through now, and before we know it, it's going to be 2026. So we could do with some more info on some of these games, I feel.
Yeah, I think we will get one. I think we'll get one closer we get to Pokemon. I would suspect.
Yeah, because we haven't got anything for September, and then obviously after Pokemon in October, you got nothing for November and December. Obviously, December is winter, so you can slot Hyrule Warriors in there. So I'm guessing Prime is like September and Kirby's November, and then that's pretty much everything figured out. Then obviously 2026 when you have your Tomodachi Life, etc. Thing. So that was Nintendo's financials and stuff. Then we've got Xboxes as well. So Xbox Q4, so that would have ended March. So overall revenue of the Xbox gaming division is up 10% year on year. That's driven from content and services, which was up by 13%. So all that hardware is down by 22%, and Game Pass revenue, new record, which is nearly 5 billion from Game Pass. So pretty good from Xbox with their software. Not so much on hardware, Davey.
Yeah, I think hardware was always going to be a drop because they've put the prices up as well, haven't they? So that always affects. I mean, I know their hardware is what it is at the moment. But yeah, that's not a surprise. I mean, the software seems to be doing great. They've reiterated that
obviously it's revenue, not profits.
No, they have reiterated that Game Pass is profitable. That's one of the things that Satya did say. So that's positive, and I'm not surprised if you think about the games that are in Game Pass that have profit after the fact. So you think of Call of Duty, you think of stuff like that, right? That makes money as well as people buying it because people buy skins. And
I wonder how much obviously Sea of Thieves is quite old now. Obviously it's on Game Pass. It's a live service type game. I wonder how much that makes. Still with it's not like Call of Duty where people were buying Nicki Minaj skins and stuff like that. But yeah, I wonder how much that makes and stuff.
Yeah, it must make some money because obviously they keep putting out
new
updates.
Season 22 or something.
Yeah,
yeah.
Because you've even got to think as well. If you think of the broader view of it as well, Game Pass doesn't give you the premium editions. A lot of owners of Game Pass will buy the upgrade editions for. We've had Indiana Jones, we've had Oblivion, we've had Avowed, we've had South of Midnight, Forza's still in there, Halo still makes money from microtransactions. You know what I mean? As soon as you start to list up, you got the Crash games, you've got Tony Hawk's is out now, that's got a premium edition, right? Starfield had an expansion in that period, I think.
Yeah.
So as soon as you start listing that off, it's not a surprise that it's making 5 billion in revenue. To be honest, and again, we've talked about it on here quite a few times over the last year that their last 6 to 12 months of releases have been pretty impressive. So it's not really a surprise. And obviously we're seeing, and I know we're going to talk about it in the next point, but we're seeing games kind of come to everything. So it's it's just going to keep making money, isn't it? Software is king. So Microsoft is a software company. So if they're able to make all these great pieces of software that sell in 6-7 different places that make a lot of money, then I guess we'll keep getting lots of software, right? Because it funds itself. So, but yeah, Craigie, what do you think?
Yeah, I mean, it's good to see that, like you said, because their first party, basically since like Hellblade 2, I'd say there was a bit of a lull before that, but then since then they've really been chugging along and like pumping out a lot of games, and a lot of them are really good. It's good to see that has actually driven like growth for them. They very much deserve it with what they've done there, and it's good to see the Game Pass numbers as well, right? And I'm sure we're still continue to see every outlet saying that Game Pass is dying and Microsoft are going to abandon Game Pass and all the stuff we always see. But yeah, it's good to see them reiterating that number, and that is a record year. It has been a crazy good year for like Game Pass. You think not just the first party, but a lot of the stuff they put in. Like Claire Obscure as well is one of the highest rated games of the year, isn't it? It's sold very well as well.
Yeah,
it was day one, so there's still got a lot more to come as well this year, I think, as well. So yeah,
I've not gotten it, but apparently Herdling's coming to Game Pass on August 21st.
Isn't it?
Yeah.
Oh well, they're gonna break the record again next year, aren't they?
Oh yeah.
That will bring in the crowds.
Oh yeah. Oh, I'm gonna be herding my weird sheep. Don't you worry, Craigie.
Yeah, but no, it's good to see some green shoots for him, because I think Phil did say, when obviously there's a lot of controversy with Xbox decisions, I know, when they started putting games everywhere and all that jazz. He said that the decisions they were making were to kind of protect Xbox long term, right? Maybe you can start to see that in these numbers now.
Yeah, maybe these people in high positions of power know a lot more than we do. Maybe that's maybe that's a thing.
Maybe they can actually see the data and see what's happening.
Yeah, right. So it seems to be right. It seems to be the way. But how do you feel about it, Pengi? Because obviously I know you're probably the biggest Xbox critic among us. Not in a bad way. Just I think me and Craig are relatively positive. I jump up and down because I'm that guy. But where are you at that, Pengi?
With all this growth, maybe you didn't have to lay off all those employees, and Forza Motorsport wouldn't be dead. But there you go.
It's the pure AI stuff is crazy to me, because it's obviously it's not a Xbox specific issue. It's a Microsoft as a company issue, because the numbers are wild for the company. The layoffs for and they've literally come out and been like, oh yeah, we're replacing these people with AI. So it is they are pumping the money into Copilot. So we'll see if that works for them. But yeah, layoffs. Layoffs in the games industry is crazy. I had this conversation with someone at work. Someone at work asked me if I would ever go back into games, and I was like, I think as a whole industry, we've let go 70,000 people in the last 12 months. It's not a healthy industry at all in terms of low level employment. So, yeah.
Especially when you've got to relocate and all that sort of thing.
Well, yeah, and you're doing it.
If you relocated to a studio somewhere in the UK,
right, on a project by project basis as well. It's a dangerous game.
And then 6 months later, you let go suddenly, and you've got pending your whole life, haven't you? It's difficult.
Exactly.
Mm-hmm. And then last news item. So how Xbox might be up by 13% in revenue from Xbox content services is they have 6 of the top 10 on PSN, including Forza Horizon 5 being the top selling game this year on PSN.
Craigie.
Dave.
Oh, good for me then. Yeah, I mean it's a funny one, because it's not a surprise. I think it's a shocking statement to say that Microsoft is the best selling publisher on PlayStation. It makes a headline, but if you actually think about it, it's not surprising, because it's a dual. One, it's really positive for both, because at the end of the day, Sony make 30% of every single one of these sales. So it is, and that will fund Sony's games. So that's really positive.
Yeah, what would Spencer said to something else like Minecraft or something? When it was like every 30% of that Minecraft Sony uses to stop games going to our console. It's something like that was the quote.
Yeah, it's one of those things that, as we're seeing with Helldivers and lots of rumors about more PlayStation games coming, it makes sense for everyone to get, like Craig talked about last week, about making these expensive budgeted games. It makes sense to get some money back. But if we're talking specifically about the games, Forza Horizon 5 is Forza Horizon is comfortably the best racing genre in gaming, right? Like Mario Kart is a different type of game, so I'll give you that. But Forza Horizon, probably, I mean, I love all 5 of the games, but since the 3rd game, it's a different beast. Like Forza Horizon 5 is the best racing game, and if you like racing games, it's probably your favourite game of this generation. If you don't like racing games and you prefer platformers, it'll be something else, or if you prefer whatever, right? But Forza Horizon 5 specifically is a great game. Then you go down the list. Again, I haven't got the list up, so I'm going to go off the top of my head. I'm pretty sure it's Call of Duty.
So number 2 is actually Oblivion.
Oblivion, which was a really good remake, right? I think it might be the only one that played it of us 3.
Yeah.
It's a great game, and it's worth your money. Very much worth your money. Great game.
MLB The Show is free. Call of Duty is $4, I think.
Yeah, I mean, MLB's on all platforms now is also a good game, and that's obviously seen growth on. I think it's in the top 20 on Xbox and the top 20 on Switch, but I think it's dependent. What was the game afterwards? Sorry, Craigie.
Call of Duty.
Call of Duty again. Call of Duty 6. We really liked, right? All of us that played it, so that's not a surprise.
Number 5 is Doom: The Dark Ages, which is good to see that game doing well.
That surprises me because I haven't heard a lot about it, but it also makes me pleasantly surprised because I want to play it.
And when it came out, obviously people were, was it the test drive developers was like, I don't know why people look into these Steam numbers, they're not very accurate and stuff like that. But obviously when it did come out, Steam numbers were like pathetic for Doom, and then people say, "Oh, it's a flop," but obviously it's not. If it's number 4 or 5, you
5,
say, Craig? Yeah.
So it's actually done better than Indiana Jones, which is quite surprising. Indiana Jones is 6. Again, it's good to see that high. But yeah, Indiana Jones is obviously a big. I know was it a year later or something like that?
Yeah, it was April. It came
Doom
out.
Was
it's not
whereas Doom was like day and date, so that might have helped Doom a little bit.
Yeah, and obviously Doom, we had Doom 2016 and Doom Eternal, which obviously people were like, do people really care about the Indiana Jones was a great video game, like the IP, a bit like how Ubisoft was going, and people don't like Star Wars, that's why our Star Wars game. I
don't know, because I think it has helped it a lot, because like the numbers then that game came up with Game Pass were massive, and it's a great game, but if you take the Indiana Jones list out of it, they wouldn't have been that high, would they?
No,
I think that IP maybe is kind of done better than people expected gaming now.
Yeah.
And then number 7 was Minecraft, which again is just an endless chugger, innit?
Yeah, because
that's just a money printer.
It's like, is Grand Theft Auto in the top 10?
So Grand Theft Auto is 9. Actually, when you look at it, Christ, so the top 7 of this top 10 are actually 6 of the top 7 are Microsoft games.
Yeah,
which is a crazy stat, isn't it? There's one non-Microsoft game in there, which is MLB The Show.
And I know they purchased Activision, but even like Bethesda's been part of them long enough now that I think those games were all incubated underneath Microsoft. It is one of those you think we've been saying for a while that Microsoft has the potential to make lots of great games. So when they actually do it, they make a lot of great games, right? So it's like. It is quite interesting. It is interesting that Minecraft, every time they do they did another re-release of the box, and that's what's pushed this out. It's very cheap as well. I think it's £20 to buy.
Yeah, they did the native PS5 version, and I remember there isn't any native Series X version, I don't think, and people were like, fine. But then if it's sold,
there is now.
See why.
There is now.
It's
£16 because it popped up on my phone. They're doing a Switch 2 version as well, so that's more. I mean, they'll keep. The couple of billion they paid for that seems like a bit of a bargain, if I'm honest.
It's crazy,
But yeah, I think the most concerning thing from a Sony perspective is that none of their games have breached that top 10, other than MLB The Show, which obviously is the one multiplayer game, right? So I would be curious if the next big IP game from them, because you'd have to imagine that would be Wolverine. Is going to be IP-wise the next big game, because I think Ghost of Yotai will be a really good game, but I don't think Ghost of Yotai is going to be a everyone buys it game. Because obviously it's an 18 plus, right? And it's going to be. So you'd think that Wolverine is probably, and I don't know if you're more knowledgeable about PlayStation than I am, Pengi, but I think that's the next one you'd expect to kind of break the market, right?
Yeah, most probably. And I believe is this list just PSN as well, or does it include physical?
No, this is digital.
Yeah, see, this is the thing. Like, weirdly, I know digital is getting more and digital thing, but I remember when with Spider-Man 2 and Astrobot, the sales were mainly physical over digital. So, and you think like Ghost of Yotai has got those couple collector's editions and stuff like that, sort of thing. Like, I can see it being low on PSN, but still actually doing quite well because, PlayStation fans are buying the physicals with, the mask and all that malarkey.
Yeah, and ultimately it's about, I don't think it really matters where the sales come as long as they make the money that the company needs, right? Mm-hmm. Like, I'm really curious about how well Helldivers is going to do. Like, I am genuinely curious because obviously we know that Xbox games on PlayStation do well because there's a big install base on PlayStation. They haven't played Forza Horizon, so you'd think, oh, Forza Horizon's going to do well. But I am curious going the other way because if Helldivers comes out and does, they're probably, because I can't imagine it costs a lot to port it. So because obviously on the PC has all of the Windows prompts and the Xbox controller prompts already. So I would imagine that it was probably, I reckon, maybe even less than £1 million to port it to Xbox. Like, genuinely, like, from what I know of game development, I don't think it would have been expensive to do. So I am curious to see how much money it makes. Because if it revitalizes that game, because it's a great game, especially on multiplayer, it'd be really interesting to see how it does. I mean, I'd still love them to do like specific DLC. I'd love a Halo skin, but I think we need Halo Infinite on PlayStation before they do that. Surely that's going to happen, right? But yes, it's a fascinating time, Pengi, isn't it? It's a very fascinating time with games now because it seems to be the mainstream quote unquote console stuff is now PC/multiplat, which is fine. Like, as long as you can still play the way you want to play, I don't think it really matters. And then Nintendo were just doing Nintendo.
Still a little bit weird. Like, we go back to the very first news, like in the China thing. It's like, yep, these games are PS5 console exclusives and stuff. Still, it's like, yeah, they still want, them. Obviously, they're coming on PC, day and date. So, yeah.
Yeah, you'd have to assume that it just is like, I mean, for China specifically, you'd have to assume that Xbox has absolutely zero push.
Well, yeah, one, it's American, isn't it? Yes. They're not buying that.
Yeah, I don't even know if they might not be allowed to buy it.
They could be giving it away for free. They wouldn't be buying it because it's American.
And obviously in Japan, Xbox Series is like 200,000 units. It's terrible. So it's curious, but yeah, I think, like I said, we've talked about before, PlayStation has to get away from their live service thing that didn't work, and then if it's going to be these Chinese partnerships that do well for them, these Asian partnerships, that's great. Obviously, we've got the fighting game coming out from Arc System Works as well.
Mm-hmm.
So we'll see. Like, hopefully that will be the green shoots, and we'll start to see just more games, I think, from PlayStation, and then I'm sure that they'll take their chance. And like we've talked about, does it matter next year when GTA 6 is going to be the best-selling game on all platforms it's on?
Apart from PC, am I right?
That's why I said that's why I said all platforms it's on. It won't be on Switch 2, but my prediction is Red Dead Redemption 2 is the next big Switch 2 port. That's my money. But yeah, any more to say on this, Craigo, or should we move on to the topic of the show?
No, we move on to tots.
Yeah. Let's move on to our tots. So we've had 2 showcases of varying varieties this week. So we're going to start off in Craig's corner, talking about the Nintendo Partner Showcase. Craigo, take us away.
Yeah, so we had the normal kind of vitriol, didn't we, with the Nintendo Direct. It was rumoured for ages. It was going to be on the Thursday. I think we got to like the Wednesday afternoon. I think me and Pengi were sat at work going, well, it ain't going to happen now, is it? It's too late.
Mate, the hate guy.
Yeah, it's too late now. They ain't going to announce it now. And then, like, a couple of hours later, it was announced as, oh, yeah, it's tomorrow on Thursday. And, oh, he was right all along.
Yeah.
Never doubt him. Never doubt him.
But he did say there was going to be loads of Xbox games there. I didn't see any, did you? But,
No, well, maybe we'll get to that on this list. Maybe there won't be. Yeah. Maybe there might be, Pengi. Who knows?
Yeah.
But yeah, we did eventually get on the Thursday, and we opened, boys, with Monster Hunter Stories 3 Twisted Reflection. Which was the third installment of their kind of JRPG series of Monster Hunter, right? Am I right in saying there's some like Pokemon-y elements as well?
Yeah, it's quite Pokemon-y.
Very much so.
Yeah.
Very much so.
Yeah. I think I've heard Jez Corden talk about this series before and how much he loves it. I've never really seen much of it.
It's
I
good.
Really know what it is.
They're very
really
basic.
They really show what it was either. It's very much just a cutscene trailer and then a 2026 date. Pengi, have you played any Monster Hunter games, or Monster Hunter Stories games before?
Yeah, I played and finished 2 on the Switch one.
Was this part of the 2-year glory period of the Switch?
Yeah, it was part of that. Yeah, it's fine enough. But Dave might get it from me. I'm getting Fire Emblem vibes from this Monster Hunter Stories 3, where they're on about the 2 nations going to war and stuff like that, and the
even
characters,
the character models.
But obviously they're like chibi characters, kind of, in Monster Hunter Stories 1 and 2, where they're still anime and stuff here, but they're like more full-grown adults and stuff, not like chibi characters. I'm getting much more Fire Emblem vibes and stuff from it. But I'm guessing the battling is still going to be Pokemon, basically.
Yeah. Davey, a big one for you next year?
Yeah, so I played the first one when it had the HD port. I've played that on Switch 1, and I've played the second one on Steam Deck. They feel like Switch games, whereas this, like you said, I would suggest this has probably got the biggest budget of any of the ones they've done before, and it does look fun. I got quite a few like Breath of the Wildy vibes as well, if I'm honest with you. The most curious thing about
with
this,
them going in the snowy mountain,
and jumping and like diving out of stuff, right? The most curious thing, this is actually the first one of these games that's coming to Xbox, which I was very surprised to read, because, like I said, I would have thought that they would have ported 1 and 2 as well. Because obviously, 1 and 2 are on PC as well, as Nintendo and PlayStation 4. Yeah, they weren't PS5; they were PS4.
Yeah, because I think they used the MT framework, which, remember, was problems on Xbox, but they did fix that with the fighting games. So
yes, so it's really curious that, like I said, I think this has got the biggest budget, and I think this is low key going to be might be a bit of a day favorite next year, because I really like the first one. I haven't played enough of the second one because it's Pokemon-y, but it's way more rock paper scissory. It's way more like Fire Emblem in that, like, axe kills sword, sword kills javelin or whatever, right? It has that kind of mechanic, and it is a really good game. It's one of those games, the first one in particular, if you ever see it in a sale for like £15, I highly recommend, because I think it's definitely worth that. But this looks like a much bigger budget, and yeah, quite excited for this. I don't know what platform I'd get it on. Obviously, Switch 2 being handheld was probably the correct answer, but it's cool that it's on everything and you actually can choose. Which, right, in the past with these type of games you haven't. But yeah, I think this was cool. Does this one that tempts you, Craigo? Now that obviously you have the handheldiness of the Switch 2.
Yeah, possibly. I think once we see a bit more of it as well, actually see what we're doing. Yeah, that might help sell me on it, and then the rest it'll be the classic what comes out around it, right?
Yeah, true. How close it is to GTA, which is the constant conversation we're going to have next year.
Yeah, absolutely. But after that, boys, we then had Once Upon a Katamari.
Hell yeah.
So another one of these roll 'em up games, right? Yeah. This is coming in October 24th. It's one of the 6,000 video games that's coming out in October.
Yep.
I imagine there's probably about 20 other games coming out on that, even the exact date, without even looking. Pengi, you played Katamari before? Are you excited for a new one?
I have partaked in some Katamari, and I've played the well, I don't know if he's still behind like the series now, but obviously the main director's games like 2 a T, and I'm going to be playing one of his on my purchase soon as well. But it's 35 quid on the eShop. They're having a giraffe.
35 quid?
Yeah, they're having a giraffe. There is a physical, according to looking at this trailer thing. Yeah, but 35 quid on the PSN. They're having a giraffe singing about sandwiches. Over that, yeah.
Well, is that too much for you, Davey?
Yeah, but I will say, I think the last 2 releases came to Game Pass eventually. Because we love Katamari Reroll is 1,000% on Game Pass right now, and I believe the remake they did of the one before was on Game Pass for a while. So and obviously I think Toet come to Game Pass as well.
2 a T, yeah.
Toet,
yeah, that was Game Pass,
so I'm gonna hold out hope and play it on Game Pass. I do love Katamari, and I will say to you, Craigo, if you get an opportunity or again you get a break and you want to try the one that's on Game Pass. They are fun, stupid puzzle games, I suppose, but yeah, they are a great time. They've always been a great time. What was the one that was on There was one on 360, wasn't there, Pengi? What was the 360? Was it We Love
Yeah,
Katamari?
that was We Love Katamari,
Yeah.
wasn't it?
Yeah, so it's the one they
Yeah,
re-released.
which I think is quite a hard one to get now.
Yeah, so you can obviously play the remaster of that on Game Pass and other consoles, right? But yeah, no, it's cool. It's cool to have it.
It's got from the trailer 4-player multiplayer, which obviously would be fun.
Yeah, I think I think Royal Reverie might have had that, the one that like added mode. But yeah, like I said, it's stupid fun. But like Craig said, October. Why put a game out in October at this point?
It feels like this is like a perfect like January game. Do you know what I mean? Like when there's nothing else coming out around it.
Again, 1,000%.
It might have got some discussion then. But yeah, October's rough. But on to a Chris Pengelly staple, Dave.
Right.
This is one of these games that whenever he's doing his pickups of his random tap that he's bought from some random shop in the middle of nowhere, there always tends to be one of these games. It's the Just Dance 2026 edition, Pengi.
Yeah.
You do love picking up a Just Dance game. This did have some Bruno Mars, some Dua Lipa, sorry.
I haven't picked up Just Dance game for a while.
Yeah, exactly. So this could be the one, Pengi, right?
It could be, but it's not going to be.
So that's a damn shame, that, Dave. So I hope we had that.
All right.
Right. Moving on swiftly then, if Pengi ain't interested. We got the announcement of a port of Dragon Ball Sparkling Zero, which I believe is some sort of arena fighter game that came out last year.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Did it come out last year? It was in the nominated for Game of the Year.
People liked it. People liked it.
Yeah.
It was basically a new Dragon Ball, wasn't it? Not, Budokai, I should say. One of them.
It was Tenkaichi.
Yeah.
You got some motion controls now, Pengi, with your Joy-Cons. Is this going to get you in? You like to buy a fighting game?
No. No interest.
Poor Dragon Ball. Okay. After that, we had Plants vs. Zombies Replanted, boys.
Hell to the yeah.
This is a remake, apparently, of the original Plants vs. Zombie puzzle game. I've never played any of these. I always really wanted to play the third-person shooter one they did.
Oh, yeah.
What was it called?
Garden Warfare.
There was 3 of them, Garden Warfare, and they were all fucking so fun.
They always looked really good. I just never got around to ever playing it and giving it a go.
Oh.
But yeah, this looked pretty cool. It's coming again in October, boys. It's coming the day before Katamari on the 23rd. It's something about October, boys. There's something about it. Something's in the water. But yeah, I don't know if we got a price or anything like that. But yeah,
$17.99, Craig, on the shop.
For you, Davey. You wanted to jump in there? That's quite a reasonable price.
Yeah, it's one it's definitely on my radar. So I think this now means that it's finally been relieved of its trap, because there was a lot of licensing issues with Plants vs Zombies. So I believe the only version you could play on current gen was the Xbox 360 backwards compatible version. I believe it was taken off PSN quite swiftly, because I remember it being a thing on Vita that it didn't last very long on the eShop. Really great tower defense puzzle game, like the best, most accessible game. I highly recommend. Highly recommend. If you have any interest in that type of game. And yeah, there'll be a new Garden Warfare soon, I suspect, because they do like to put them on, and they are a fun time. So next time they come out, Craigo, definitely jump on those. But yeah, Plants vs Zombies is a great time. So I think this has multiplayer. I think that was one of the big things they've added to it.
Your local co-op and PvP.
Yeah, which is really cool, because that's new, right? I don't think any of the games had that. So yeah, I do recommend Plants vs Zombies on whatever platform you wish to play it on.
And sticking with EA, boys, we have EA Sports FC 26. Was announced. That's going 26th of September to the Switch 2. It looked like FIFA to me, very much like FIFA. I can't imagine any of us are going to run out and buy that on our Switch Tuesday.
No.
No. I still haven't bought a FIFA since 2016. I've recovered. Yeah, the addiction's gone, boys. It's gone.
It was Pro Clubs during COVID. That's the last time I bought it. It was 21, I think. The last one I bought.
Nice. Still got it though. I never need it. Still in my locker. Anyone fancies to go?
Well, when we bring back Versus, we'll have a go.
Still a god. After that, Pengi, you've just bought a Pac-Man game, which I don't think you've played. Did you want to
No,
buy
I
another
haven't. Didn't buy a
Pac-Man game?
Pac-Man game. Remember, Amazon.
Oh, okay. Well, you're in luck because there's another one coming.
Yeah.
And that is Pac-Man World Repack 2, which I believe is a remake or a remaster of an old game. And this is coming in the 26th of September again, which is the same date as what we just talked about, FIFA 2026. Did you play this back in the day, Pengi?
I did play this back in the day on PlayStation 1. They're pretty good back in the day, but I don't think I'm going to be rushing out and getting a remake of it in 2025.
No? Did you play it back in the day, Davey?
I did.
The PS1?
I believe I bought Pengi the first repack for Secret Santa last year. They're fun-ass platform games. It's cool they're getting remade. It's cool that Namco will never let Pac-Man die.
No. No. Well, if anything, it's in an ascendancy at the moment, right? After Shadow Labyrinth.
Old games are back, baby. Old games are back.
And talking about old games, boys.
Woo!
After that, we had Final Fantasy Tactics, the Invalise Chronicles.
Almost.
Saying that
Almost.
Right. Yeah. We've seen this before, I believe. I don't know if we had a date before, but it is out on the 30th of September. Again, really something about the end of September and October, boys. They showed that there's now fully voice acted, I believe. They've added some voice lines as well. Still doesn't look that impressive, like what they've done art style wise to me. But Pengi, I'm guessing you can see through that.
Yeah.
Are you sure it's not just HD 2D?
No, really. I did think they were just going, from when it was first leaked on the video leak things. I thought it was just going to be a remaster. I thought they were just going to remaster War of the Lions, and I would have been happy with that. So,
Fair enough. Dave, are you jumping into Final Fantasy Tactics?
Yes. Not at full price. I said I have the War of the Lions PSP edition, so I'll play that if I've got the urge. But if it's in a sale in a couple of years' time, like £20, it's a really great game. So it's definitely worth replaying. It's definitely worth playing if you've not played it before. But like you said, there is actually, and as we're going to talk about when we get to later on in this, there's a lot of 2D HD games that are probably not better, because that's not true at all, because Tactics is great. They're probably more appealing if you'd rather play that. But if you want to play specifically a SRPG, then I think Tactics is still a good time. Little overpriced, I think. Maybe should have been 35, considering that they're not putting all of the content in it. But it's Square Enix, right? They're one or the other sometimes.
Sticking with JRPGs, boys, but our boys Sega now, Persona 3 Reload got announced. We were all expecting Persona, and eventually Metaphor will come as well, surely. And guess what, boys? Coming October 23rd.
Huge.
Who saw that coming? Have you boys both bought this and not played it already?
Yes.
No.
Okay.
It's on Game Pass for the next. I think it's actually getting taken off Game Pass fairly soon. But I have it.
I suppose it's coming on Game Pass just before October 21st.
Yeah, you are probably right. But yeah, it's a funny one. I played I think I played about 7 or 8 hours of it. It's just quite a depressing game, unfortunately. Again, I don't want to spoil the game story wise, but it's got quite a dark storyline. It's cool that it's coming to Switch too, as it will absolutely be the perfect platform to play it on.
Pengi, are you going to sell it on whatever console you have at the moment and buy it on this and not play it again on this? Is that your plan?
No, I will just not play it on my PS5. It will just sit there, and I will maybe eventually get to it, but mostly not get to it on my PS5.
Sad times.
Yeah.
I mean, for me, like now, if I was going to pick up this game, Switch would be the one. PlayStation would have made sense before with the Portal, like I played Battlefield, right?
Mm-hmm.
But if I've not got to mess around with, the hassle of the internet with the Portal, then it just makes sense to go for the portableness of the Switch instead, right?
Yeah.
So it's a cool announcement. And yeah, like I said, I imagine we'll get Metaphor will be announced very soon as well, right?
You'd think.
Yeah, absolutely.
After that, boys, we had Hyrule Warriors: Age of Imprisonment, which is their Musou series, right, for Zelda. This is the one for Tears of the Kingdom. They already did one for Breath of the Wild, right? This looked pretty cool, looked quite pretty and that, but as Pengi alluded to earlier, still no date, and it did say cut this winter instead of this year. Pengi, is it slipping?
I can still see it coming this year, but like I said, in that December slot. Well, that's the only bad time this year it would be. Would be in December. I could see that because Nintendo still do often put out a game in December, so I could see it there. For it, or maybe it's the January game next year.
Yeah, it could be. Davey, you a fan of the Zelda Musou games? Are you jumping into this?
No, it's one of those, like, I play the odd Musou game, probably like one every like 5 or 6 years. I didn't mind the first Hyrule Warriors, but the ones based on Breath of the Wild and Tears of the Kingdom, I just don't think they're very interesting. I kind of like it when you just got like lots of random characters from lots of different games and lots of different places. It kind of looks a bit samey sometimes when it's just the Breath of the Wild verse. So it's not really something I'm that interested in, to be honest. I'd like a more random Musou game to be my next Musou game, or I'll go back and play Dynasty Warriors Origins when it gets cheap, right? But no, not for me. What about you, Craigo? As someone who hasn't played any of the Zelda games.
How upset are you boys going to be if the only Zelda game I ever play is some random Musou game? How devastated would you two be then?
No, I think you'd like Breath of the Wild, but that's your decision to make, isn't it? It's your life, Craigo. Yeah. You do what you want to do.
Yeah.
But yeah, no, it looked okay. It was a strange trailer. I thought that maybe it felt like, when you saw it, like, they're going to show loads of this, then give it a date, and it kind of didn't really do anything.
Without the date, it seemed like a pointless trailer to show for me. Just save it for when you got the date, right?
Yeah, definitely. Back to EA, Madden, NFL 2026.
Hell yeah!
That's the Switch 2. Dave, you like your Americas. You just got back from America a few weeks ago.
I do love America, as you know, and
are you itching to play Madden on the Switch?
It's difficult because I do like American football games, but the difficulty with Madden is some of the single player stuff just isn't that fun, and I'm not interested in Ultimate Team. So it's one of those that when that game drops to £35, that'll probably pick it up. Had it been the college game, I would have bought it. I would have pre-ordered it because the college Dynasty mode is so good. It's like a Football Manager like mode. It is fantastic. But yeah, I'm glad that, because I don't think we got any of the physical Madden games on Switch 1. I don't know if we got any on Switch 1 in the UK.
No, it's the first like Madden on Nintendo for like 13 years. The last one was Wii U.
Yeah, which I don't even think we got in the UK.
We didn't get it in the UK. No, so it's even longer.
Yeah, so it's one that I would be tempted at, but just not, like I said, I think it's coming out at quite a busy time, and I think it's a £60 on Amazon at the minute. Which is
it might even be more than that.
Yeah, I think it's on one of those, when Amazon does the pre-order things where it's supposed to be $62.99 and they're going, no, it's $59, like you're saving £3 because you're a Prime member. But yeah, it's one.
Yeah, it's currently it's currently $59.99, but it's supposed to be $69.99.
Yeah, there you go. I knew it was slightly cheaper on Amazon. Yeah, I'd get that over a soccer game, Craigo. But yeah, it depends. We're going to watch an NFL game around about when this comes out, so we may be persuaded on the way out to get it for our Switch 2s. You never know.
There you go. And obviously, Pengi's still reeling from that absolutely devastating defeat that I inflicted on him.
Yeah.
Literally one of the worst videos I've ever watched in my life. And I love it.
One of the best endings ever. That's our Istanbul moment right there.
Literally.
We then had a very strange thing, boys. I don't know if you call this a video game. Chilling by the fire. This was odd. This was really strange. It was just you build fire. It didn't even look that. It looked ugly. It looked really ugly. You put your wood, Dave, on the fire pit, and you set it alight. You can blow on it. That's video games now, apparently.
Are you ready? Are you ready,
Let's
Pengi?
go.
Pengi, you ready?
Yeah.
Indie fodder trash. It's back. It's not Dave's first one. What's the point? What is even the point?
You can use your camera to chat to people.
Fuck me.
Sat around your fire.
Yeah, that's exactly what it is. It's game chat. Someone, obviously, games take a while to develop. So obviously, they just haven't, I guess, made this game in 20 odd days. But I think someone's gone. Well, this game chat's pretty good, but we need.
It looks like it's been made in 20 days.
We need to somehow make it into a game. So they just gone, right, let's just have game chat in a campfire and you have your cameras. You can all see each other. So, yeah.
If it was still
You gotta pay them.
if it was still COVID, that would have made some money. But in 2025, just use the fucking app.
Nintendo knows. See, they're prepared for the next pandemic already. Getting us prepared.
I think this was out today. There's this shadow drop to build some hype for this, right?
Yeah.
What weird world we live in.
It's like 30. I think it's 13 quid.
Christ. Just burn your £13 instead at that point, eh? Set that on fire. Probably more fun. More interesting. Dreadful. Slop. Something that isn't slop though is Apex Legends, which is also now coming to Switch 2. I don't know if it's already on the Switch 1 or
yeah,
not.
it is on Switch 1, yeah.
And it was ugly as sin,
version,
so
I guess.
it runs properly.
I can imagine that game is still chugging on. Really, really great game, that. Fantastic. We had a lot of fun with that.
We did. We really did.
I used to play.
Yep. And I used to just go invisible, and he had that one quote. I can't remember what it was, but he said it all the time.
Yeah.
But it was great
it's a fun-ass game. It's got enhanced resolution, smoother performance.
Yeah, it did look like a good version of the game, to be fair.
I think it's 30 frames on Switch 1, and I'm guessing it's going to be 60 now, so...
Hell yeah, double the better. After that, we had a mouse game, Hella. I think we've seen this before somewhere, I can't remember where, but this is the co-op, the two-player co-op mouse game. I believe it was just 2026 is the date.
Yeah.
Did anything more than that? But obviously now it confirms that it's also coming to the Switch 2. Pengi, are you excited to play as Little Mouse?
I do like games where you play as a mouse, but yeah, it just doesn't do anything for me, unfortunately. Great. Even though it has got co-op, we won't be playing it in co-op.
Can we play with up to 4 players, apparently, in online co-op?
Yeah.
4 Little Mouses.
And it is coming to Switch 2, so, you know, we could all play 4-player. We'd have to buy 4 copies, and then it's got game share. Yeah.
But on to something which I know Dave has had his eye on, and that is Star Wars Outlaws, which I'm sure was already announced, wasn't it, for Switch 2? I'm guessing this was the date that was announced, maybe?
The date was also announced already.
Oh, so this is just an ad.
It was just to remind you that it exists, I think.
Yeah, and it's coming on the 4th of September. I thought it looked pretty ugly, I'm going to be honest.
Yeah, if there's a trailer to unsell you on a game, it was probably that.
I was questioning. I was like, did Star Wars Outlaws look this ugly the whole time, and I just didn't realise? I don't think it did.
No. Yeah, so it's one of those. I've had my eye on the Switch version for a while because I think it's quite well priced for what it is. But looking at that trailer, I might know why. So I mean, I'm going to tentatively wait on it and see what happens.
It's a Ubisoft game as well, so it'll be like £10 after a week.
The biggest thing with Ubisoft games, to be honest with you, is that obviously you can just get Ubisoft Plus and play the whole game.
Yeah. Well, obviously that's not on your Switch.
No, but it is on Luna and Xbox.
Yeah.
So it's, all jokes aside, like it's one of those that I think if you just had a Nintendo platform and you like Star Wars, I think you'd be quite excited for it. But yeah, it's not a good trailer. The first trailer certainly didn't look that much worse than the Xbox Series S version, for example, which you would have to assume would be the equivalent version in 2025, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's still a game I kind of want to play at some point.
I want to play.
People that like it.
Yeah, I want to play. I think
Jeff Grubb always talks highly of it.
Yeah, I think
I'm watching Andor at the moment, so it's a good time for me. But I definitely won't be on Switch. I don't think.
Yeah, I think the Ubisoft Plus option is just too good an option, isn't it? If you want to play that type of game.
Yeah, absolutely. Do you own this, Pengi? Have I dreamt that?
No, I've not played Star Wars Outlaws whatsoever.
No interest at all?
No, not really.
It's a new big Star Wars like movie to come up, Pengi, to get you interested. Yeah, that would do it for you, sure.
Maybe. It just never looked that great in the game in general.
Andor is really good. So if you watch that
Yeah,
show, that might.
I've started watching season 2 now. I finished season 1 again, Davey.
Yeah, I'm gonna rewatch the whole thing, and a few other things. I think some free time I've got coming up.
Yeah, dude. After that, Dave, one which definitely isn't for you. Kronos, The New Dawn. We've seen this everywhere now, I think. This has been Xbox, PlayStation, and now Switch. I believe we got the date, though. We had that before, and it is September 5th. So another one around that sort of time again, which might not serve it too well. But it was good looking trailer, I thought, Pengi. I was quite interested in this before, and I'm still quite interested in this now. It's kind of where I sat with this trailer. What about you?
Yeah, the same. I mean, like, you go from Star Wars Outlaws and you go to this, watching trailers now, and it's like, Jesus Christ, Star Wars Outlaws does look so bad when you look at, this game. I know that's open world and this is not, so I guess loading and all that thing and textures, but this looks so much better. And there's lots of game previews and stuff floating about from the game, and there's a longer trailer. There's like an 8-minute one I saw on like the PlayStation's YouTube channel. Yeah, it's quite a thing. And it's early September, so it does avoid a few games. And like, I think Silent Hill F is the end of September. So yeah, it avoids like that for your horror fix. Not October, which you'd think made more sense for horror, but it's pretty packed, isn't it? October, so yeah.
Yeah, I did quite like the idea though. I think there's some mechanic where you could like you get your like special abilities if you go back in time a sec, but then like you get kind of like haunted by that the game.
Yeah, you can go back.
Like
You can go
cool
back
mechanic.
and like kill a thing to get like abilities, but if you do that, then you get haunted in like the future or present, I guess it would be, and stuff. Yeah, so you gotta make that choice if you're gonna get more hauntings, but you know, level up, or less hauntings, but you don't level up and stuff. So yeah.
Yeah, it seems pretty cool. Obviously, we lost you there, Davey, but we can bring you back now because the best series in video games of all time was shown after that, which is Yakuza. I believe you did play Yakuza Kiwami 1 on your Switch.
I did. This year, actually, unbelievably, at the start of the
year. Good news for you, because there is now a upgrade, I believe, for the Switch 2, which makes it look a little bit better, I think. But you also get Yakuza Kiwami 2, Dave, which is a re-release, I guess, and that is coming on November 13th, Davey. It's kind of away from the October nonsense. I think that's after your 2 months of not buying any games as well. So, yeah, Yakuza Kiwami 2, Davey, on the Switch. Do we go again?
Yeah. So if it's funny because Kiwami 1 was $15.99 on Switch 1 when it launched. Which is
a great price.
Really good price for really good. It was a really good port as well. So I will play it on Switch 2 when the first one gets upgraded just to see the difference. But I think it was like a pretty solid 30 frames on Switch 1. So getting anywhere close to that on Switch 2 with like 60 sounds quite interesting to me. So yeah, I think I probably will pick it up, Craig, because it's one of those like I want to get Zero. But I think it's too expensive at the moment on Switch 2, and I'm not that fussed about the English dub, to be honest, because I play it in handheld with the volume off. But yeah, it's a really good series, and I really enjoyed Kiwami 1 when I played it in January. Like really, really enjoyed. So yeah, I hope they keep putting them out. I do wonder what happens next. Are they just going to port the remastered collection like they did for every other platform after this for 3, 4, and 5, and then redo 6, and then we will get the Ichiban series next year or the year after. I suspect that's what's going to happen. I'd like Nintendo to catch up because that would be really cool to get those games. Because I think as soon as you get into the games like the one you're playing at the moment, into a handheld scenario, I think it becomes a bit of a game changer. Because certainly, I know that's the case for a lot of people on Steam Deck and when it came to Xbox. So yeah, I think I probably will pick it up. I think you said it's a good time post my little backlog catch up, and it's a great series. I don't think you've played any of the pre-Ichiban games, have you? Because none of them are in English, right? Is that my understanding?
Yeah, exactly right. exactly right. And I've got quite a few like in English ones to catch up on. In fairness,
Yeah. Would you be more tempted on a handheld if you just like played it with the volume off,
um,
lying in bed?
possibly
Because it
if I
did work
ran
really
out
well.
of if I ran out of like English ones,
Yeah.
maybe. But then they do also churn these games out like one or two a year, so catching up is pretty difficult. Because now they're at the point where they just make everything English, don't they? Because the series is doing so well over here now that yeah, it's almost be foolish of them not to.
Yeah. I mean, I've got
And
the
Pengi, I
new
guess
series as well, mate.
you're gonna be a fool and continues to never play Yakuza. I'm gonna say.
Me. Well,
Yeah.
obviously the Switch 2 is now going to have Zero, Kiwami, and Kiwami 2 come 13th. So I guess if I was to get into the series, I most probably would do it on um, Switch 2 now. Obviously, there is the GameCube physical of Zero that I could get, and that's in English. And then Kiwami, and it's what, 16 quid on the eShop, so it's not huge a lot. And Kiwami 2 looking on Steam is 16 quid, so again, not a huge amount of money. And then the only thing is, Dave did allude to like 3, 4, 5 are just like remasters of PS2 games, so they could be hard to go to after playing Zero, Kiwami, and Kiwami 2. 6 obviously is the same engine, so that wouldn't be too bad. And then go 7, 8, etc. And then obviously catching up. I do kind of worry then. Obviously, Nintendo trying to catch up, or Sega trying to get them all. You're like, they're gonna put too many people like suddenly on Switch. There's suddenly gonna be like 10 Yakuza games on Switch and spend 6 months. And do people maybe get a bit fed up having so many in so little time to catch up to Stranger Than Heaven or something from RGG, or whatever the next mainline Yakuza is. Right, I've now got them all on Switch 2, but you've put out 10 games in 6 months. A little bit overkill, maybe.
Yeah, I think they really need to get Like a Dragon and Infinite Wealth on Switch too, because those two games are phenomenal. They're so good, and they would be really good on handheld, and they're a very good like entry point as well into the
Yeah, and what I
series.
played of the Pirate one, the demo, I thought might have been decent on the handheld as well, and obviously that's a little bit of a side one and stuff. But yeah, again, you're looking at 10 or 11 games then, so yeah, quite a lot.
Yeah, absolutely. After that, we had a little sizzle reel of stuff before we kind of rounded it all out at the end. We had Goodbye Universe on the 11th of November. I have no idea what that is. Absolutely no idea.
I'm quite excited for that one. It's from the devs that did Beyond Your Eye, the blinking VR and webcam game. It's their new game thing.
Oh, gosh.
But it was shown here, and it seemed like it was a Nintendo console exclusive, but I believe it's now been announced as coming on everything. So
That's good news for everyone there.
That is good news for everyone. Yeah.
NBA Bounce on the 26th of September. Another one for Pengi. Hello Kitty Island Adventure. Wheat Flower Wonderland.
That's
awesome.
DLC. Yeah. No.
Yeah. You get your DLC for your Hello Kitty game.
I have not got that game, so.
We also had Romancing Saga 2, Revenge of the Seven, which I think was a remaster that came out earlier this year or last year. That's out today apparently.
Yeah, Switch 2 edition is now 60 frames. I've seen side by side, so it looks much better. Like the graphics and stuff on it.
That's some sort of old like Square Enix thing.
Yeah, it's another Square Enix, which they did a remake, and now obviously there's a Switch 2 version of that remake, which just looks better and that. And I believe Saga 2 is the best of the romancing series, but that's like saying, Patrick Bamford's the best Leeds player. It's not that impressive though.
Wow, there was no need for that, was there, Pengi? No need at
all. No, that just came out absolutely nowhere. He could have gone anywhere he wanted with that, Dave, but he just thought he'd get a little jab in at you.
Yeah. Yeah.
Mean. Absolutely mean. Borderlands 4, which is the 3rd of October, and then the big one was Shinobi Art of Vengeance, the 29th of August, and I believe there's also a demo. Has anyone ever played the demo?
I have played the demo. I played it today, and it's pretty good.
Okay. Do you want to talk about the demo now, quickly?
Yeah, so they put the demo out. I did download it on the Twitch. Yeah, it's pretty good. It's from Lizard Cube, the Streets of Rage devs and stuff like that. Yeah, and you get to play like the first level, but it's quite long, and It's actually quite open as well, considering it's a 2D game. It's like if you could take it through different, few different routes. I came across like a challenge room as well, and you can like get amulets and stuff and buy new moves for Joe and things like that. And it looks really nice. It seems like it's a solid 60 frames as well, even though it's like the Switch 1 version being played on the Switch 2. There is no Switch 2 version. Yeah, really impressed with it. The only one thing, I think I mentioned it last week when we were going through August games, and this came up. This came up obviously when we did August games, and Ninja Gaiden Rage Band that only just came out, which Craig, obviously you got that on Fantasy Critic. It's done very well review wise, Ninja Gaiden Rage Band, and it's like, both of these look quite similar. They're both similarly priced. They're coming out at similar time. It's like, which one do you get to? Obviously, there is no demo for Ninja Gaiden, but there obviously is for the Shinobi. I've played it and I've quite enjoyed the demo, so I am kind of leaning to Shinobi at the moment of the two of them.
Excellent. What about you, David? You say you managed to play it as well?
Yeah, I played it on Xbox.
Nice.
Because why not? I figured Chris would play it on Switch. I was like, I'll try it on a different console just for a different perspective. In love with it, to be honest with you. It's not. I'm not going to buy it because I'm not buying games. But when October 1st rolls around, I will absolutely download it on one of the platforms. It's probably the best looking game I've seen this year in terms of the art style. It is ridiculously smooth graphically. I don't know the frame rate on Xbox Series S, but I would guess it is 60.
It's got to be 60 because it is 60 on Switch 1. Except I've seen videos of it running on Switch 1 and the Fire Factory Village bit. Dave, I guess you finished the demo. It drops into the 20s on Switch 1, but
this has been a solid 60 frames, like 1080p. Like it's a stunning game. It's fun. It's not too difficult in terms of, like, I think I died once in the demo, but more for my own stupidity. Like, you have to be paying attention. It's kind of like the Streets of Rage games or the like Shredder's Revenge thing, where you gotta pay attention. But if you're paying attention, you'll be fine. So for me, it already seems like it's a great return to a series that I loved when I was younger. But yeah, it's a definite purchase for me. It just won't be launched purely because I'm not buying games. But yeah, I would recommend it to you in particular, Craigo. This is very much your shit. It's very Metroidvania and that kind of thing. Like it's your shit. It really is.
Yeah, that's why I was surprised about. I could go around like, oh, this is kind of Metroidvania, even though it's not a Metroidvania.
Yeah, it's got like each stage has like multiple things you can and can do, and yeah, like I said, don't want to. Definitely play the demo, Craig. I think you'll really enjoy it. I think you'll probably want to pre-order it if you play the demo. I think it's £22 on every platform at the moment if you pre-order it.
Yeah, it's still unavailable on Amazon though, because they were pushing it as a
the physical.
Yeah,
I think I'll just pick it up digitally. To be honest, it's one of those.
Yeah, well, it does bode well if they've run out of
Yeah.
I
think if you play the demo, you'll know why. I think you'll be like,
yeah,
fair
absolutely.
enough.
And after that, boys, we round it out with two Square Enix games. Not only were they both Square Enix, but they're both HD 2D. First of the two was I do like the what they put on that Eurogamer, a cute looking game for terrible, and that is The Adventures of Elliot, the Millennium Tales. That's a dreadful name, isn't it? This was HD 2D, but it's a bit of a twist this time, boys, because it's actual like real-time combat. It's not turn-based. It's more of an action RPG. This looked really cool, I thought, boys. As soon as this started, I was like, "Oh, this is Octopath." I was like, "This has got to be Octopath. This is Octopath 3." And then they show more, and they showed the combat, and I was like, "Oh, they've made Octopath bloody not turn-based. Incredible." And then they actually showed the name again. I was like, "Oh, it's not Octopath." We'll get to that soon. But yeah, I thought this looked really good. I don't believe there was a date for this. I think this was just 2026, but there was a demo for this. Pengi, what do you think, and have you tried the demo?
I have downloaded the demo, but I have not played it yet. I'm very excited for this one because people that have played the demo are comparing it to old school Zeldas and stuff. Who doesn't like an old school Zelda? Am I right?
Yeah. There's some cool stuff. There's those different weapons they showed as well, which all look quite cool. A little fairy companion you can play as well. Davey, did this touch you at all? Did you think, "Ooh, this might get me in the old HD2D"?
So I did try the demo.
Nice.
Pengi's right. It's quite Zelda-y. It's like an action RPG, which is the first, I think, the first one in the 2D style, and which makes it different, which I think is what the style needs. It's got a lot of potential. It reminds me of when they did Live Alive, but I think it's better than what I played of Live Alive already. But yeah, I think it's a very interesting take on the 2D HD shenanigans. And if the demo is anything to go by, I think this might be, despite the name, might be a bit of a hit. And is this a remake, Pengi, or is this a new game?
It's a new game.
It's a new game. Okay, I say it's not something I've ever heard of before, but yeah, yeah, it was a good time, Craig. It was a good time, the demo. It's one of those where they do a survey afterwards. So I don't think the game's anywhere. I'm pretty sure they've done this with all of their weird 2D games where you play it, they send you like a year before it comes out, and then like, cool, we'll take the feedback. But yeah, quite promised actually. It looks like it might be a good time, and it is also coming to everything. I think it's on Xbox, I believe PlayStation, I believe Steam. So you can play it on anything, which is cool.
Excellent. I haven't watched the trailer now. God, it looks beautiful. That looks fantastic. I forgot about the whole Philadelphia, but not Philadelphia name thing as well. That's quite funny.
Yeah, Ray made quite a joke about that. If you watch the stream.
Yeah, I'm not surprised. But yeah, that's definitely one that I think we could all look forward to next year. And then we had more HD 2D. As I said earlier, what I thought earlier was Octopath Traveler, but that wasn't, because this was Octopath Traveler. We have Octopath Traveler 0. Which is coming this year. It's December, I believe. I want to say the 4th. Yes, it is the 4th of December. So it's just after the absolute death and destruction of September and October, which might bode well for it. Again, this looked like more of your classic. This is absolutely turn-based, that sort of old-fashioned JRPG. Pengi, have you bought both of the Octopath Traveler games so far, and have you failed to play both of them?
You would be
right now.
Well, I played like I want to say good 5 or 6 hours of Octopath Traveler 1, maybe even more than that, and stuff. Because I had all 8 characters, for instance, things like that. 2 I own on PlayStation 5. I have not played it. Yeah.
So, what I'm gonna assume from that is you're gonna buy this on December 4th. And you
no,
play it.
I'm not. I'm not actually gonna buy it.
What?
No.
Dave,
I know.
What's happened?
I know.
Yeah.
You okay?
Right.
Do we call someone Pengi?
Right.
What's going on?
I'm gonna add something to here as well. So obviously there was this Nintendo Direct we all watched. There was the Japanese Nintendo Direct as well. They had other games like Kamino's Tea Time in there that we didn't have. Square also showed Dragon Quest 1 and 2. Which looks good, the 2D HD, and they showed Dragon Quest 3 is getting a free update, unlike Romancy Saga 2, which is a paid update. Dragon Quest 3 2D HD is getting free. So in Japan they have 6 Square Enix games, so it's basically the Square Enix showcase. I think if I was going to buy a 2D HD RPG that has turn-based combat, I would mostly go by Dragon Quest 3 in preparation of Dragon Quest 1 and 2 HD 2D. And also, it might just be me, are we getting a bit bored of the HD 2D graphic style? Like,
I think I'm back to back, and this Direct didn't help it at all, I thought.
Yeah. Because also, I know Tactics is a different thing, but it's like, it's like, and it's like another HD 2D game, Square, and you haven't done Chrono Trigger remake, and you haven't done Final Fantasy VI remake, and it's like, what are you doing, guys?
I don't know, but I'm on the phone to 111 at the moment, Dave, asking for a welfare check for Chris Pangelian.
Yeah,
it's the most sensible thing he's ever said on this podcast. I'm blown away.
Yeah, it's not right, is it? It's not right.
Dave, are you going to say something equally sensible, or are you going to rush out and buy this?
So I finished Octopath Traveler 1 on Switch.
Did you?
I did, when it came out.
Fair play. Aren't they long as dicks, these games?
Yeah, so the first one in particular, the second part of the game is particular. They are good games. They're really good games.
Are they grindy? Sorry to cut you off.
But... no, not really, because you do all the characters and you can kind of. It's a very unique 2D HD turn-based game. So I would actually recommend you try the first one. They are both on Game Pass, Octopath Traveler 1 and 2. I haven't played 2 yet. 2 is downloaded. I do agree with Pengi in that I am starting to get fatigued because I don't know which ones to buy at this point. There is slight differences, obviously, but I still haven't even played Triangle Strategy yet. I just haven't got around to it.
Oh, so good.
Yeah, it's one of those. It's on most things that I would play on. I just have not got around to it yet. And obviously, I've still got the Bravely Default HD to play on Switch 2 as well. But yeah, I'm interested in Octopath Traveler 0 because I'm interested what the 0 bit is, because it's not like it's a massively established franchise. So I'm interested to see. The world is quite interesting, and I haven't played 2, so maybe I'll play 2 on Game Pass first. But yeah, the Dragon Quest 3
like town building mechanics as well.
Yeah,
town building stuff.
Which I thought was quite interesting because it gave me very much Bravely Default and Dark Cloud vibes, which have similar mechanics. So I think it looked good. I really like turn-based RPGs, especially the classic ones, especially on a handheld. So I am interested to see what the crack is with it, I suppose. But yeah, Pengi is completely right. It's difficult because, like I said, you've got Dragon Quest 1, 2, and 3 effectively coming to Switch 2 this year. You've already got the Elliot game coming next year, and then you've had the games like what was the one you played? Star Ocean that was borderline 2D HD, and then
that was 2D HD.
You got Project Triangle Strategy, sorry, as well as the other 2 Octopath games. But yeah, I'm not against it. Put it that way.
That's also obviously just Square. You got like Threads of Time that looks really good. That indie that I showed at Xbox, that's using the 2D HD art style. So like even
the anime one as well. It's got anime.
Yeah.
Cool.
Yeah, there's basically Chrono Trigger. Someone's basically doing a HD 2D Chrono Trigger. That looks really good. It's like it's that art style again, sort of thing.
But that was the show, boys. That rounded it all out. Chris Pengelly, what were your thoughts? Give me a score out.
It was good. There's a lot I like there because I do like my RPGs, like your Monster Hunter stories and Final Fantasy Tactics and all that. On my Switch, I do like that. But then there was some like, do we really need the Apex Legends here? But I guess it's a big game. And then ending back to back on the HD games, a bit of a thing, especially if you didn't like that genre. Like ending on both of them seems a bit weird. Maybe you could spread it out a bit or something. It was good. It was like 2.5 out of 5.
Yeah, Davey, what about you? What do you think?
Yeah, so I think similar. I think it was very solid. I think there was a lot of stuff shown that I would play. Not necessarily all on Switch 2, if I'm honest with you. I think for a third-party partnership showcase, my expectations were of what it was going to be, and it was basically what I thought it was going to be. It wasn't... I was hoping we would get a date for Final Fantasy Remake or Elden Ring, just because they're announced games, right? And I'm sure the other Souls game, Dark Bloods or whatever... Dust Bloods or whatever, right? The people probably wanted to see that because that's a partnership game. But I think for what it was fine. There's a lot of games in it I'm interested in. So I don't know if you mentioned NBA Bounce, which was like a weird NBA Jam game. I think maybe the US one had it and the UK one didn't. I don't know. But there's a couple of games I'm interested in, a couple of games that I'm definitely going to get, and a couple of games that, if we're on a sale, I would be interested. But yeah, I think for me, Shinobi, Yakuza, Octopath Traveler, I think there was plenty for me. So yeah, I think for me probably about a three between 3 and a 3 and a 5. So I'd go 3. It's probably fair. But what about you, Corrigo?
Yeah, it was quite kind of middle of the road for what you expect. Partner showcase, I guess. I think maybe my biggest criticism is it felt very much like if you had told me this was a showcase from last year and it was a Switch 1 partner direct, I'd be like, oh yeah, it did feel like that in a lot of ways. I think people were expecting like the bigger stuff for the Switch 2 that the people are really hoping that this has a bit more third party support this time around, right? And instead it did feel like, oh, we've got the HD 2D games again. That felt very Switch 1 era, as opposed to Switch 2. I think it needed that little end bit from Square Enix because it was really was just kind of stuttering along before that. Even though like I said, putting both those games together did feel a little bit silly. Maybe they should have had like Octopath straight after Tunnel Stories or something like that at the beginning, and then have that.
Well, you could have one of them at the start, one of them at the end, couldn't you?
Yeah. It just felt a bit strange. I think like a 2.5 is pretty fair in all honesty for that show. After that, boys, we had the THQ Nordic Digital Showcase, which me and Dave do love our THQ, right?
We certainly do.
And that opened with SpongeBob SquarePants. This is a new SpongeBob SquarePants game, I believe. It's Titans of the Tide.
Yes.
I've never played any of these games. They always look quite fun, in fairness. They always look quite good fun. They're just like kind of basic 3D platformers, aren't they?
Yeah.
But this one looked pretty good, I thought.
Yeah, they're a good time, Craig. I mean, it's one of those. I'm sure that at least one of them's on Game Pass.
Yeah, they cycle in between all the services, I think.
Yeah. So where was the? Yeah. So so I've got a little bit more info for you on this. So this is a £35 game.
Nice.
Which I think is a good price for it. It looks like they've learned from the last one, which was really good, which was Cosmic Shake. And they are actually doing a bundle. I don't know if it's physical, but on all of the storefronts you can get all 3 of the games, the Bikini Bottom bundle, for I think £65. So if you haven't played them, good. It's good to see these licensed games come back. I thought this was a fun time. But yeah, it's obviously not going to be Mario Odyssey, but I think for £35, the last one was really good. The one before was really good. So I have no doubt this will be a good game.
Yeah, that's coming on November 18th as well. After that, they showed what is possibly the best named video game of all time, and that's Recreation. Genius, absolutely genius. This was their Wreckfest build your own track game. What was the big track builder video game that a few years ago that everyone used to play on PC?
Is it not Trackmania?
Trackmania?
That's it. Yeah, people used to love that shit, didn't they? You know. Yeah, they're doing one of them, but with Wreckfest, and that is coming soon. I don't think there's any sort of date, but then they did also show Wreckfest 2 as well later on the show, which continues to look really good, I thought.
Yeah.
That's in early access at the moment. It's been in early access for ages, I feel like, at this point.
Yeah, a couple of months. It came out this year.
Yeah, so hopefully that does actually get a proper date soon, because I did really enjoy the first one. Yeah, absolutely. After that, Pengi, from the Road 96 devs, Tides of Tomorrow.
Yeah.
We've seen this before. This is the weird one where you're playing other people's worlds, essentially, I believe.
Yeah.
All looks a bit
I think it's the same trailer that was on in the State of Play. Watching it back now.
Oh, is it?
Yeah, I think it's exactly the same trailer.
Yeah, I think they might have gone a little bit too ambitious here, personally, but yeah.
But it's coming pretty soon. It's coming February, so it's only 7 months away.
Yeah, God, I still remember you playing Bloody Road 96 on the Switch and saying it ran terrible, then buying the second one on the Switch and be like, yeah, it still runs terrible. I still remember that.
Yeah. This isn't announced for Switch 2, so I can't buy it on Switch 2 and tell you it runs terrible.
Oh, God.
Right. It's coming to the PS5, Xbox, and PC. So.
After that, there was a remaster for Sacred 2, which I had never even heard of. Anyone that ever had played Sacred 2 back in the day?
Yeah, they were 360 top-down Diablo-y games, if I remember rightly. Is that right? Thinking, Pengi?
Yeah.
Yeah, they're all the 360 ones are backwards compatible and are always on sale. So it depends on the price on this one, but I think you'd probably fuck with it, Craig. To be fair, it's similar to another game they showed later that might be better, to be honest. But yeah, it's interesting they are bringing back. Seems like they're just going through the THQ back catalog and going, we'll make another one of those. Why not? See if people want it or not.
Yeah, it does feel like that a little bit with them, with some of their remaster remix they're doing.
Yeah.
After that, a game that I feel like I've been in the trenches for this game before on this podcast. I'm going back in there, boys. They showed the Eternal Life of Goldman again, and it looked brilliant again. I thought.
Yeah.
Looked fantastic.
It just needs to come out now, doesn't it? I think.
Yeah. Pengi, are you in agreement now that this game looks fantastic?
Yeah, it does. It's just like Dave said, it just needs to actually get a date and come out.
Yeah, that's probably right. Yeah, it does look brilliant. The art style looks like just brilliant. It's incredible. But yeah, he probably does need a date at this point, and maybe a little bit worried that we haven't got a date for this year. Is it actually just going to be next year? And does the saga continue? In 6 months' time, am I going to be defending another trailer of this game?
Probably.
Could be where we're heading.
Yeah.
After that was Titan Quest 2. Again, we've seen this quite a few times before. I don't think there was a date at all announced as early access.
I think it's just come out because it says the wait has over. It says arrived on early access, so I'm guessing it's just come out.
Yeah, potentially.
Yeah, join early access right now. So yeah, might only just come out in that.
But yeah, it's another Diablo sort of game.
Yeah, first one was fun when they put it out on Switch and Xbox and everything a couple of years ago.
We had the Guild. After that, I had no idea what this is. I still have no idea what this is. So I'm assuming we just skip over this.
Yeah, 'cause I don't really know what it is either. I think it's Asia like building type game thing. I don't know.
Yeah, I think
some politics and intrigue apparently.
Yeah.
A Gothic remake, which is a PC ass game, I think.
Yeah, they've showed this.
Wow.
And
there is a demo as well on Xbox and PlayStation.
Oh no, demo out now. There you go.
So you can give that a go if you wanted to. A game that I didn't realise they were actually publishing, Reanimal. Which there's some sort of fancy collector's edition, I believe they showed off for this as well.
Yeah, it's got a PVC statue of a pig, and an art book and stickers.
So if you really want to buy that, stickers. You can. And I believe it was also kind of, I don't know if it was like officially delayed, but I don't know if it ever really had a delay, but it will be Q1 for next year now, not this year. It's just a shame because it looks really cool. It looks like Little Nightmares, isn't it? So,
yeah.
It's made by the Little Nightmares team. This is the one, right? So, we will look forward to that next year. Pengi, I think you have this on Fantasy, don't you? Did you figure out?
Yeah, but I believe I should be able to drop it now, so I'm going to just see if I can drop it right now. What is it called? Reanimal, there it is.
So Pengi has a free pick, basically. We can contest it.
Yeah. I can buy something for $0, even though I actually have 9, but I could buy something for 0.
There you go. Oh, there's some choices you can make there, Pengi. Can this breathe some life back into your team?
What is the top? Apparently, show top available games. Apparently, Borderlands 4 is the top available game.
I'd go for Borderlands. Yeah, that sounds
like a great idea, Pengi.
That's the one right there. Well, that's that sorted then, isn't it?
No.
Well, yeah, I feel like maybe there's one last year that maybe could pop in there, Pengi. It could be on my head. After that was Fate Keeper, which this looked like some sort of like Oblivion-esque sort of thing.
Yes.
First person fantasy RPG. I believe this is a new IP. I don't think this is a remake or a remaster of
I don't think it is anything like that. I think it is new.
Yeah, I believe it is.
I'm assuming this is just going to be a single player game. It's coming into early access though, which maybe makes me question that a little bit. But I thought it looked really cool from what they showed. The combat looked really good. There's some really cool animations of the fighting. He had his sword stuck in some dude's head at some point. That was really cool to pull his sword out. So it looked pretty ambitious. It looked pretty cool. It's just what actually is it? Is it just going to be like a first person, like Oblivion, like? So that could be quite cool from THQ, right?
Yeah.
So someone would be interested to see more of. And then their big announcement at the end was Darksiders 4, right?
Fuck yeah.
So I've never played a Darksiders game, but I know, Davey, you do like a Darksiders game.
Again, you both need to get on it. Because Pengi, Darksiders... to be honest with you, now that you're a Souls boy, all 3 of them of the main games are right up your street. Because the first 2
they're more Zeldas, aren't they? Not Souls.
Well, the first one is like... The first one is basically Zelda. The second one is basically Twilight Princess. The third one is Dark Souls Twilight Princess, because the combat's the same as Dark Souls. Genesis is co-op Diablo, but story, which I know me and Craig have been meaning to play for years. and is good. So, yes, very excited for Darksiders 4. I need to replay Darksiders 2 because I only played it on Wii U when it came out, and I have the definitive edition that had an Xbox Series X and S patch. So I need to get through that, and then I need to play 3 because I never played more than the demo. But I own them all because they're always on sale for like £2. I think they're on sale right now on all platforms. I think you can buy all of them for about a tenner. So
THQ games always are, aren't they?
Yeah, they've got a THQ sale. I'm literally on my Xbox, so I'll check for the sake of the conversation. But yeah, I'm pretty sure pretty much every game. Yeah, I mean even SpongeBob was on it for £8, Biomutant £8, AEW's at tenner. Like yeah, you want to buy some THQ games, I would go on to. You can even buy your favourite game that they haven't announced the third of yet, Craig. The old Destroy All Humans games. You can get them in a bundle. You can get it without the multiplayer. For some, I didn't even know there was multiplayer for Destroy All Humans, but there we go. But yeah, Darksiders. You all need to do it. You all need to grow up and play Darksiders.
Absolutely, and that was the THQ show. I don't give a score for THQ personally, but it was a fun little show for what it was, right?
Yeah.
And that's the tops all rounded up, Davey.
Nice. Woo. Nice. Yeah, a couple of good shows. I think when you see, because I would consider both of those lower end shows, like your NXT undercard shows, right? But I think there is a lot of video games to be played. I think that's the moral of all these stories. Yeah, Darksiders 1, Craig, the remaster, $3.99 on the Xbox sale. Mark Hamill's in it, if that's even more of a selling point to you.
The GOAT.
So get on it. But yeah, I think there's some good shows. So we'll go on to our last section of the podcast, which is the what you've been buying, what you've been playing section. We'll start with Mr. Pengelly. What have you been buying and what have you been playing, Pengi?
So I've bought a digital game on the eShop, and I played that game today and finished it. And Dave's gonna say, indie slot. It was Dear Me, I Was.
Was it in fact indie slop, Pengi?
Depends what you mean by indie slop, because it's
pointless.
Fun.
Was it pointless?
No, it wasn't pointless.
It's 48 minutes long, apparently.
It is about. It's about that length. Yeah. And
please tell me this was like £2 or something.
No, it's £6.73. It's a weird price.
Right.
Yeah.
Was it worth that?
Maybe a little bit. I think it might need to be under a fiver. I think under a fiver would be fine. The positive is the music's good. The art style's good. It's the same art style of like Another Code, Hoto Dusk, and stuff like that. Using rotoscoping. That is really good. There's something that surprised me as well, but no spoilers because obviously it's just come out. But, things like that. So that's all positives. I played the whole thing, and I think this is why it's a Switch 2 game and not on Switch 1 because it's just like a visual novel. There's no reason that Switch 1 could not run it. You can use mouse mode. Even though we actually do know you can use the mouse on the Switch 1 with USB, but I guess out of the box, obviously there is a mouse with the Switch 2. So I used mouse mode for like the first time, and obviously that's with this game. And I say game because the mouse mode thing is moving the cursor, clicking on like the food, pretending to take out some bites of the food, and then there'd be like a canvas, and then you're like obviously holding in like the button and pretending you're like drawing on the canvas and stuff like that. But I did use mouse mode with this thing. There's no dialogue, there's no text or anything like that. Obviously, it's how you interpret the story. Dave, it's up to you. Of its 48 minutes playtime.
I'm watching a trailer for it now, and I can't believe you played this to not get an easy platinum.
How long's the trailer, Craig?
1 minute and 19 seconds.
Well, that's like 20% of the game you've done right there. So fair play to you. That's probably 100 points. I'm not going to be Mr. Negative, but if you want to spend your money on that, you spend your money on that, boy.
Yeah. Yes. Yeah. You got to support the devs, and you support the devs.
Yeah, apparently so.
Especially on the Switch. That's the one thing. It's like early Switch 2, and it's exclusive. It's not Sing, but it is sort of buy thing sort of thing. In like 2 or 3 years time of the Switch 2, then this might be like a pass sort of thing. But currently, it's it's one of the few sort of like exclusives. Played Shinobi, which I mentioned, the demo of Shinobi, and then the only other thing I played again also on the Switch 2, so basically all Switch, was Donkey Kong Bonanza, what I have now finished. I finished with 500 bananas. I did get a couple right after as well, finishing it, mainly because they basically sort of give you some bananas right away as well. I did a little bit of the post game sort of thing. I did look to see what do I get if I do get all 777 bananas. Not really worth the ever. So Donkey Kong has been now sold as well. So pay your respects. Yeah, support eBay. Yeah, so yeah. So that is it for me. Because Donkey Kong is quite a long game. I think it says over 25 hours, and I think it said that before I did the last 2 layers in there. So I must be close to that 30. It must be like 28 or 29. It just hasn't crossed over. There is quite a chunky game, so it's one of the reasons why it's like the only thing I have played.
Nice. Well, if that's all you've done, Pengi, we'll move on to me.
Yeah.
Before we end on our favourite person, Mr. Craig Warren. Turn to pickups, nothing with a K and a G. No purchases for Dave. As I've said already, there is a video I've put on my channel of me maybe foolishly declaring that I'm going to attempt to not buy a game for the months of August and September, but we'll see how that goes. So in that vein, on the Switch 2, we've played a lot of Mario Kart World again this week, boys. I'm actually over 60 hours played with you guys and Chloe. Chloe has viciously attacked.
7,500 though, right?
Still, sorry, we're all still stuck and we'll never escape. But Chloe has viciously attacked you on the line a couple times now, Grego, so I do apologise. She is leaving soon, so don't worry. She has threatened to buy herself a Switch 2. So if she does, then maybe the beatings won't stop. But yeah, played some more of that. Played some more Pokemon Friends. I've just been jumping in, playing it every day. It's not as much of a waste of money as Pengi's little game, but it probably still is. Again, put Pokemon anything, I'll pay money for it, Pengi. So there we go. Donkey Kong Bonanza. I've started it. I'm plodding through it. It's not grabbed me yet to take over my life. It's a fun game, but it just hasn't really sunk its teeth into me. Yeah, I know I've got a lot of time coming up, so I suspect that's when it will hit. To be honest with you, and I'm sure I'll love it. So not a problem. That's it for Switch 2. Nothing on the Steam Deck. Nothing on the PS5 this week. But on the Xbox Series S, I jumped back into Forza Horizon 2, Craigo. After we had a chat about Forza Horizon, I was like, which of the games do I still have achievements I can actually get? And the answer was Forza Horizon 2. So just been doing some races on that. Game still looks and plays great for an Xbox One game. Wish it still had the online, but alas, licenses. And still playing, but almost finished, Space Marine Master Crafted Edition. Did a load of stuff on it today. I think when I looked up, I'm on the last chapter, like the last part, and it's just like I'm just killing demons now. Great game. I did play some multiplayer as well, there was actually quite a community of people still playing. It was actually quite a lot of fun. It was cross-play with Epic as well. So I'm like, do I want to go for the multiplayer achievements because they are quite grindy? But yeah, there is a co-op mode as well, Craig. I didn't realise that it's like a horde mode. So if we do ever get the urge, it is on Game Pass, right? But yeah, that's a fun time. And Craig has told me how much the second one is superior, and that's quite exciting because I think this is actually quite a fun little game. So I look forward to seeing what happens to Captain Titus when I pick the second one up, probably in October. But that is me. Yeah, I obviously played the Shinobi demos and the Elliot demo as well. And I'm sure I'll play lots of games this week. But Craigo, take us home, buddy. What have you bought and what have you played?
So only really 2 things I think I've been playing. I played a little bit more Donkey Kong, like you guys. I'm at the snow world now, so the other part of the divide, basically.
Mm-hmm.
I think I'm just under 300 bananas, I want to say. But yeah, I'm still enjoying that. I haven't got the zebra power up yet, but obviously that's what I'm working towards. But yeah, it's very much like my handheld game at the moment. I play like little bits and pieces in handheld, to get a few bananas, and then like in little short bursts. And then that's kind of like me with that. And then I have also started, boys, Like a Dragon, Pirate, Yakuza in Hawaii. Absolutely nailed that.
Hell yeah.
I'm only about 4 hours in, maybe 4.5 hours in. It's just very much just silly Yakuza fun. It's exactly what I thought it was going to be. Are any of the gameplay mechanics life changing? Are any of them going to blow you away? Absolutely not. Is the sailing considerably worse than it was in Black Flag like 10 years ago? Of course it is. But it is silly fun, and I am enjoying that quite a lot, actually. Going back to some Yakuza, I haven't played one since Infinite Wealth now, so I've got that longing for it. But yeah, I'm very much enjoying that. The game still hasn't like properly opened up for me yet. I'd say it's still like teaching me stuff now. But yeah, I think once it starts opening up, it'll be a lot of fun getting into some of that. I still haven't met Samoa Joe yet. I'm really looking forward to that. There's a bit you do like the opening bit, and then there's like a sing song where it like does like the opening credits, and you see Samoa Joe's name. I was like, I forgot he's in this game, so I can't wait to meet him. I hope I get to fight Samoa Joe. But yeah, that's it for me. Just those two, basically.
Nice. Wow. That's another week done, boys. So if you've got this far, thank you for watching. Let us know what you thought of the showcases and what you've been playing in the comments below. Drop a like, drop a subscribe, and we will see you next episode.
Bye.